That was a little flat, but we got it. Welcome back, everybody. I'm a Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust, and we are talking about the Rust console beta, the one we've been waiting for forever. We're talking about the Rust console beta and the updates, all the movement, the excitement that's been happening around Rust in general, but also for us, for the PlayStation 4 and for the Xbox. More specifically, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. High five, high five. Yeah, can't wait. All right, so we've got a lot of different things going on. We've got the ESRB rating stuff. We've got the OTV stuff happening. We've got the Twitch drops. We've got articles going on. All kinds of things kicking around. So let's go over it. Let's hit the news, baby. So again, at any point during this video, if you find it useful and or helpful, be sure to drop a like. It really does help out. And if you think you're into it, drop a subscribe. Turn on those notifications. Do it. You won't. All right, so lots of things, lots of buzz going on here. So first things first, let's talk about the OTV and the Twitch drops, or I should say the OTV server and the Twitch drops that have been happening. Very exciting. So by the time you watch this, you may or may not have seen, let me see, do I have this? Is this right? Oops, oops. Is this it? No, is it? There we go. So by the time you watch this, this could already be over, but here's why you should care about this. When games do big releases or they're getting close, they do a lot of events. Let's see, we've got one here. What is it, the Secret Lab chair that happened back in October, which again kind of points to the fact that they were getting close to release. Back in December, I think the hard stop was December 11th, and because they didn't make the beta time for that, I think that's one of the reasons why we got kicked back and push. And they said basically it's not happening in 2020 from Double 11. Again, Double 11 being the studio that does the ports. Going back, let's see, are we right here? Yes. Okay, so we're starting to see events like this. It's a big deal. The Twitch drops are relatively new. This has been very exciting. We were lucky enough to go through and get all of these. A lot of these people here have played, some of them haven't, exposing a lot of different people to the game that haven't necessarily played before. So if you've been watching this, it's been a lot of fun, a lot of excitement around Rust. The servers are always loaded around wipe day and stuff, but they've been especially bloated. So that's good. That gives you just a little tinge of what this is going to be like for all of us on PlayStation 4 and Xbox when this does eventually hit. My goodness. Okay, you can see that we got the XQC. AK, what's up? We got the Pokemon door. And I'm telling you, the light-up doors are your best friend. Garage doors are something you use mid to late game all the time. Her little hairpiece thing glows. And the Jacksepticeye box, which you always use boxes, lights up, and it's so great for orientation inside of the base. A lot of cool stuff. We got like Ludwig, we got Shroud, we got Lily Pichu, all kinds of cool stuff. And a few streamers I've never even watched before, so it was really cool. So hopefully you guys got yours, and if you do have time by the time you're watching this, jump in there and check it out. All right, so we should also say that skins, to kind of curtail this back in, and this is something we broke a while ago. I want to say like, was it April last year? It's just funny because we've got one particular big YouTuber that has been harassing our community for quite some time. It's just funny that that person poo-pooed on us for it, and now they're talking about how there's Rust skins now officially in the beta, which is funny. So, I mean, I guess take notes on what we're doing so you can, at least keep your people informed. Anyways, so we broke that there were skins in the beta. So here's how it works. We dissected this from the commit list, and I'll go ahead and link the old video here in the upper right-hand corner. You can check that out. But we did find through research that it looks like there will be some form of skins. Now, whether or not these convert or we get to carry these over from here remains to be seen. Maybe if they centralize everything. I mean, they are centralizing the Rust Plus application, so who knows? Think V-Bucks like in Fortnite. Whether you like Fortnite or not, Fortnite's not exactly my favorite, but they do have V-Bucks, and it looks like the currency for the console is going to be called Rust Coins, or RC. And that's straight from their commit list. Again, that can totally change, but it does look like there's some form of skin there. And again, as we dissected it, we found it through a couple different commits in a weird way, and then we eventually found the verbiage that said Rust Coins. I was like, ding, 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 that's all we needed to know. So that's cool. Hopefully they convert or they carry over so we get to keep these cool things. But honestly, this game is so much fun. As cool as the skins are, like, believe me, I'm a skin freak. I just, as long as we get the game, I'm down. Like, we get those 30 frames solid. on the base systems or the 60 frames on the Pro, we're good to go. I'm ready. I'm down. So that's good news. Okay, so another reason why we got this thing creeping very, very soon. And again, I think by the time you guys watch this, will be about mid-January. And again, this really supports the fact that we've been saying this since December. There was a big change. We had the year in review that happened. It was the 7-year anniversary for Rust. We've been waiting for this for 7 years. What did they say? They were talking about... What was it? Okay, yeah. So here's why... Okay, this might be a little jumbled. So he said at the very end of 2020, he said 100% confident that it will be coming out in 2021, which is good because we heard little to no information. I mean, we dug up information from their specific commit lists, but they didn't announce anything, and it kept us in the dark. So it's nice to hear that there's confidence here of saying 100% for 2021, 50% confident that'll be the first half of the year, and 25% confident that'll be the first quarter of 2021. Now, I think he was being very cautious, rightfully so. All the stuff that happened in 2020, it makes sense. I think once December 11th hit, they knew they weren't going to hit that target, and I think that's one of the reasons why we didn't hear about this until later, because I think they were still shooting for this, and I'll show you some more supporting detail that helps etch out that idea. I think when December 11th hit and they couldn't make it, and they were close, this is when they posted this information, right? Or they were close to December 11th and they knew they wouldn't make it. So here's the thing, since this has been in closed beta since April for developers only, but we can see it, I can download it, I cannot run it, but it still updates. Here's why that's important. Again, it doesn't matter if this is Xbox or PlayStation, this pertains to everybody because we're basically the same thing in their eyes. We're watching this thing update pretty often. We saw it update at least 5 times in December, 5 times in the later half. And we've seen updates before, but not in that level of frequency. Then we see things like this. Then we see, because obviously this has been supported by the streamers. I'm sure there's some sort of incentive for them to do this. They're not just doing this out of the kindness of their hearts. Although, I think a lot of these people have actually fallen in love with the game. You can tell by the people that play well past the time period. Shroud's getting into it, so is XQC. I think Myth is as well. Possibly Ludwig. It's really cool to see everybody jump in. But like you're starting to see promos like this. Let's see what else we've got, which also kind of sneaks it in. But here's the other one. Maybe you've heard about this, maybe you haven't. And it's just nice to see this. The ESRB rating in the United States is a thing that has to basically a rating system, and that happens typically close to publish. So we have a lot of things going on here. This pertains to the publish of the game itself and not the beta. So we know that if this is coming in, that our beta is right behind it, or actually before it. So the beautiful thing is, we'll just pause this, wherever this is. So that's great news. Again, kind of falling into the fact that this has been updating so frequently. We've got these different events happening. We're seeing a lot of activity. I'm seeing activity on the website itself. We already know it has entitlements from 7 months ago. Those are like the copyright type stuff, or the different pieces of software they have. Again, it's like the ESRB rating. As things start to come to a close, you see these things happen. So that's good. The fact that this is coming in, it all tells us that it is happening sooner than later. And I think, again, this was being cautious. I think, now that knowing what we know and seeing what we've seen, I think this is a lot more likely for the first quarter. I think it's even more likely that we may see it in February or March. I think the earliest, and again, this is my 100% speculation, I think the earliest we'll see this beta is in late January. I could be totally wrong, right? I hope I am. I hope we see it like tomorrow. Again, it went nothing more than this to happen. It's not about us being right or wrong. It's about us trying to find the most accurate information and us getting our hands on this, right? Like, man, it's been such a long year, and what a great way to start 2021, right? So I think this has been kicked up significantly. I think we'll see this in the first half of this year unless something dire happens. Absolutely dire. That's the only way it's going to overflow past 6 months. Does that make sense? That's the worst case scenario. I think we're more edging towards the front half of this year, possibly February or March, even earliest January. So I've kind of have my heart set around mid-February and start looking for it around there. But I mean, we're still watching. We'll keep you abreast of the situation because we are like beyond excited for this. And yes, we will be playing. I know we're playing here on PC, but we will be playing this on console. We will be playing the beta a lot. We will also be making the full switch over to playing full release almost exclusively. I think we'll pop over to PC occasionally, but like 90% of our time is going to be on console. And it won't matter which one you're on, PlayStation or Xbox, because it is cross-play. Something else we dug up, again, we got poo-pooed on by the larger YouTuber who remains to be named. But yeah, we got pooped on that for pretty heavily, but now it's funny that they're like, oh, hey, guess what? There's crossplay. We're like, yeah, no kidding. We've been talking about that for a year. Just saying, high five. Leave a like for, you know, the awesomeness, the crossplay. What I'm saying is, tactical cylinder, woo. It won't matter what you're on. It's only between PlayStation and Xbox. That's great news. And for those of you that got the new consoles, just know there's been no official word whether or not we have a special version, but just know that we will be able to play it. Backwards compatibility is a thing. Now, I don't think we'll get frames over 60 until we get a very specific version for ourselves, but rest assured, once this settles in, I'm sure there's going to be a specific version because the PS5 and the Series X are monsters. They can more than handle this game. They've got the overhead to go well beyond 60 frames. Just know that the Pro version, the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro are capped at 60 frames. So that's more than enough to play this game. Are you kidding me? And let's be honest, Halo 2 was played on 30 frames sub par, so you know, wrap your head around that. We all had a good time playing that. Here's the thing. Everything, I think the server's eating it. Everything's going to be consistent for us, so that's what's going to make this so good. It's going to be a level playing field, and it's going to be so much fun, and I cannot wait. It's going to be a blast. This is where we wanted to play this for the longest time. I'm beyond ecstatic, and I want to say again that the Boyfriend Squad, myself, Jade Monkey, RazorTube, and BioLazer, we will all be playing this on the beta, unofficial, and we'll also be playing full release, unofficial, as soon as it hits. So, you know, stay tuned. Again, drop a like if you found it enjoyable, and hopefully our next update is us talking about this and when it's happening, specifically from the horse's mouth, right? From Gary or Double 11. We'll take it anywhere, dude. Let's see what else. Do we have anything else? We got the ESRB rating. We got this. I think that's all of it. All right, yeah. So, yeah, like we said before, love you. Hopefully we'll see you in the next live stream / video. And like we said, I hope that our next update is us talking about when this bad boy's happening. So we'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye. Hi, Randy.